beautiful job of maintaining beautiful rhythmic presence. You have such a nice buoyancy to your sound, to your approach. Do you know buoyancy? Do you guys talk about buoyancy in science? Anybody talk about buoyancy in science? Or something like, if you take a rubber ball, you pull it underwater, and then you let it go, and you have that feeling and that sort of bounce. You have a very nice sense of buoyancy, which this movement needs. You did a really nice job, and the memory is great. I want to ask you just a couple of questions. Do you know what a gavotte is? Do you have a guess? Does anybody in the audience know what a gavotte is? Any guesses? So this comes from a huge collection of Bach, right? He wrote 6 sonatas and partitas, right? 3 sonatas, 3 partitas. And the partitas all come with many movements. We have, the B minor has 8 movements. There are these little vignettes, basically, right? There isn't a super long movement that lasts 20 minutes in these partitas. So what they come after are dances. So you have many dances in a row. A gavotte is a style of dance. A gigue is a style of dance. What else do they have? Minuet is a style of dance. Exactly, a waltz is a style of dance. This isn't a waltz because we don't have the feeling of the same sort of 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did you guys dance a waltz ever? Did I hear you have to do that in orchestra, maybe? You played one recently? And if you have that feeling, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, it makes you think of the music differently, right? You think sort of longer term about the music. It doesn't just become about, okay, I need to play 3 notes in my measure, but rather, so, if a gavotte is a dance, I want to see if we can create that feeling in your sound a little bit. So that it doesn't just be like, okay, good, I played my notes, I played them well, played them in tune, good, but what's the feeling behind, okay? So that's number 1. Number 2, what's a rondo? Anybody know rondo? Rondo form. So the title of this movement is Gavotte in Rondo. So we have a dance that's in a rondo form. Any guesses what a rondo might be? But we'll try Marilyn first. No? No guess?
Repeated, like section.
Exactly. So that we have this rondo material that comes back many times. And inside, we have these sort of variations that happen. So when we go to the variations, it comes as a sort of detour, a little departure, and then we come back to the same thing. So I want to try kind of 2 ideas. I want to see if we can find how we dance through the movement, and then I want to see how we can create something different when the rondo comes back. Because if the rondo comes back, how many times? 1, 2, 3, 5 times, right? We have the rondo. If it comes back and we play exactly the same, yes, okay, it's good, it's nice. I hear it again. But if we make it a little different flavor, maybe this time it's all the same color, but maybe we do a light blue, and then next time we do a navy blue, and then next time we do a sky blue, so that we have different flavors that go to each one. Okay? So let's try a little of that. Let's go from the beginning. And when you have good buoyancy is really nice. And I want to see if we can get, you play now. What if we had a little bit more depth in different parts of the bow? So. You're a little higher in the bow. There's a lot of kind of, don't lose your buoyancy, but a little more presence in the sound. Okay, try starting here. Ooh, nice. A little higher, a little quicker. Again, bolder. Ooh, that's nice. And do you see how the sound opened up a little bit more? I think this makes me want to dance more. If I play, I feel a little bit still. But if I play, I feel like there's a little bit more motion in there. Can you try a little higher in the bow, a little bit bolder in your sound, and imagine, I don't actually know how to dance a gavotte. I took a class once, so I was very bad, but I'm going to pretend. Okay? Can you help me dance? Higher the low again. When you get to those double stops up there. 1, 2, ready, go. Better. Now I feel a little bit more like the buoyancy is still there, but the energy makes me want to have more fun. Okay? Let's fix your 2-4 here. This always likes to be a little bit low. Yeah, so. Can you just play from there and hold your 2-4? Right there, hold your 2-4. So stop on the 2-4. Stop there. Play from your hold. Yeah, hold, play. What needs to move? Huh? Which needs to move? What finger needs to move? It's not quite in tune, right? What needs to move? A needs to go up and C needs to go up a little bit. So you just stop and hold. Now 2. One more time. Much better. Great. So when you find, because it comes back 5 times, you have to make sure that that's really nicely in tune. One more time. Bravo. Now, if you don't fall, sorry, you can stay turned to the audience. I don't want your back to be to too many people. I'll stay. I don't want to block either the audience. If you fall too much to the fingerboard, we lose the core of the sound. So if you stay a little bit more in the sounding point, so stay away from the fingerboard a little bit more, and upper bow, your sound is going to be much more direct. Can you try it a little higher? And yes, stay in the sounding point. Better. Now, can you play like you were on the stage in Carnegie Hall and you have 700 people out there and you have to make your sound go to the back row? Can you think that? So instead of you think you're going all the way back there. Yeah, don't come over here too much. One more time, same thing. See if you relax here. Open, open, open. 1, 2, ready, go. One more time, listen. Yeah, 4 needs to come up, 2 needs to come down a little bit. Nice. Yeah, and now bold, play the whole phrase. Okay, now let's play that whole first rondo for this rondo section and see if you can make us feel even more like we want to dance. Exaggerate what we just did. Okay, upper part of the bow, make sure you're in the sounding point. Really bold energy. 1, 2, ready, go. A duet part. Just this doesn't exist, but I'm going to pretend. Can you see if I play with you? See if it changes the way you want to shape things. Okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Does it feel different to play with somebody? Can you imagine that you have a cellist with you who's going to play sort of a lower accompanimental line there? Okay, let's do one more time by yourself. Make the whole audience dance. Send your sound out to the back of the Carnegie Hall. 1, 2, ready, go. Now I feel more sense of the whole rondo feels like, oh, okay, we just played however many bars it is, 16 bars. Feels like one idea. Great. Now, can we come up with, I want you to play, let's do 3 versions in a row, and I want you to be super different, okay? Don't imagine that you don't know what Bach wrote on the page. So it could be this. We're going to be super crazy, okay? I'm going to play a version that goes. Can you try that? Put in random slurs, piano, very quiet. Yeah, okay, now let's do one that goes. Try that. So very slow, big and little bows by the frog. 1, 2, ready, go. So you're getting out of your comfort zone a little bit, right? You know the notes well, so you can play around with it. What I want you to do in your own practice room, find different versions of this, so that each time it comes back, we go somewhere different. You can also start to put in some decorations, which Bach was the best improviser in the world. You could play trill. Add a little scale there. You could add some extra notes if you like. You don't have to do that today, but just a thought, so that each time you have it, each time it comes back, it's not exactly the same. Okay, great. So now let's talk about, we have these different variations, right? So the first one, what's the character? Show that, because if the texture stays the same every time, we don't understand the changes, right? So we have, what's the order? Can you play the order for me of the variations? What's the first one? The one I just did, right?
Yeah.
Then what's the second one? Play. Oh, sorry. No, so the second variation. So after the rondo comes back, so we play the first time. What's the second variation?
After the rondo.
After the rondo, the next time. Yes. And then what's the next one? Can you remember? Yes. And the last one? Excellent. So each one has its own identity, right? So if this one has some sorrow, we start happy at the beginning, right? Because it's from the beginning. Then we get dark. Then back. Then we get to go home. Then second one. What's the energy for that? What's the character? Playful. I think that's great. Can you bring that out more? Because if we play, I don't feel like I want to play. I feel like I need to study my math. But I want to feel. we try to find sadness in music. We try to find something that feels, oh, there's a squeeze in the music, or something doesn't feel settled. How do we do that with our technique? Right? So we say, okay, let's play joyful. But what does that actually mean for this? What do you think we can do? Yeah, like how do we do it with the bow? Exactly. How do we do it with the left hand? So if I want to be more, if I want to find like stickiness in the sound, maybe. I'm going to actually slow the bow a little bit and feel the resistance. It's a little bit like, I believe that the bow should always have a little bit of honey on it, and that it should always feel contacted to the string. And sometimes the honey is different, right? You can have different, raise your hand if you know what the word viscosity means. It's a long word. Viscous, if something is very viscous, it's very thick. And then you can have different viscosities in the bow. So sometimes the honey is very light. It's like sort of you boil the honey with a little water, and but it's still there. You still feel the resistance. And then sometimes it's very viscous. It's like when honey becomes a little bit, like you have the crystals, you can feel the sugar, it's a little bit hard to spread. Sometimes you have that kind of honey, but you always have it there, so. For this one, I'm trying to get a little extra honey, pull the bow a little bit inward to the string, and find a more directed core of the sound. Can you try from there? Find that sorrow in the sound. Okay, so if I play, I think that's the character of something happy, but can you stay a little higher in the bow and not too much pop on the separate note? Better. That's nice, yeah. So it has a little bit more connection to the string. Good. Go one more time from the beginning of the variation. Keep going. Contact. Better, yeah. So then we have, each one has its own character. Each one has its own identity. Okay. So now let's compare that to the next one. We have two voices going, right? Right, if we were to just play did you ever separate those voices? Yeah? So if you play, and then underneath, right, we have those extra sort of accompanimental. I always love this variation so much, one of my favorites, because you have the ear goes to two different things. It sounds like you're playing a duet with yourself, right? So how do we make it playful? So when we want to feel sorrow, we want to feel a little bit of resistance, slow the bow, treat the vibrato maybe more slowly, feel that you're not using too much. Now if we want to do something that's very sprightly or playful, what does that mean for the bow? I think lighter strokes, yeah, and I think you can have a little bit of accent when you play the slurs, because the difference between versus right, then I can show that melody on top. Can you try that once? So imagine that you're sending your character all the way to the back of 700 seat hall. Let's try starting a little bit. Oh, you're starting up. Oh, I see. Let's see. That's also fine. Could you try? I know this is hard because you learned it one way. Can you try starting down bow? I just, for one reason, when you have the suspension, I want to see what it feels like to play on the down bow. Oh, so professional. You did it perfectly first time. So let's try now with lots of playful energy. travel and you end up there. Did your teacher ever tell you? Make sure you stay on the sounding point. Not too much tension. Make sure that the bow is always free, that you don't have too much tightness in the arm. And you feel... Let's just loop that once. Can you play that scale many times? And really strong in your sound. Feel the honey on the bow. Excellent. A little less bow. More sound. Bravo. Now let's add. Let yourself, I think maybe technically the most important thing is that you're not allowing the bow to fall here. Because even if I want to stay playful and I let the bow, I lose the focus, right? Because I get too far with the fingerboard, it gets a little fuzzy. So, never? Can we try once? So you don't have to really dance much, but let's just, you and me, walk, we'll play together. We'll walk like this. So what I want to try is, just basically walk in time, but see if your body can feel the fun in the music. Okay, 1, 2, ready, go. A little fun? Okay, do that more. If it's a little fun, see if you can make it a lot of fun. Yeah, so you have a little bit of, okay, I'm going to go for a little walk. It's going to be very playful, very fun. Good. So another spot to think about when you want to change the character after we get through this one for the first time. We're in a totally new key, right? But we have the previous material. So that's where we were before, right? What's the relationship? Like, is it a darker thing? Is it a smaller thing? Is it more bold? What's your feeling there? Maybe a little lighter. I like that. So maybe we use your earlier bow stroke for this one. So. It should be like improvisation. Something like that. Can you try one? Just from there, Young, from the lower version, and see if you can be super playful. Now we have something new. So if we finish this one, then this one. So when you go home and you practice different versions, right? We did 3 very silly ones, right? But maybe you have a version where you connect the two first notes. Maybe you have a version that's, maybe you have a version that's, maybe you have another version. So play around with different possibilities, okay? We'll just talk quickly about the last couple of episodes, and then we'll finish. So then this next one, what's the feeling? What's happening there?
I feel like the mood is really full.
Mood is forward, right? And is it, mood is full? Okay, I like that. The sound is full. And is it, do we know the character, or is it kind of searching? Do we know the character right away, or is it kind of searching? I think it's kind of searching, yeah. So the harmonies are moving, right? So. Ooh, that's nice. Then we get finally a triple stop, right? So I think you can make more shape. Take us on this journey of like, we're in a forest and we're not sure. We go this way, we go this way, and finally we find our way back home. Can you try that? And is it, I think that the timbre is bright, but maybe there's like concern in the actual harmonies, right? That's kind of that's a dissonance in the feeling. Tension. So can you try there once? Really listen to the intonation and see if you can be bold and searching in the way you find those harmonies. But find, I like your idea of brightness in the excuse me. I like your idea of brightness in the tone. Can you find brightness? I hear this now. You start up bow. Try that. Good. One more time. Think about your index finger. Yes. Keep going. When you get home, I want you to practice this idea so that when you have the connected 16 notes, yeah, think about them being on the string. So you can show through the phrase. Let's play together to the end. From there, ready, end. And maybe for that one, maybe to have a little bit of retard there. Can you try that one? Just a little bit of retard at the end because we want to show the last iteration. Yeah. Show the feeling of that, the squeezing of the diminished chord.